Some minds never truly rest, even in quiet moments. They keep working, they replay conversations, they rethink words, they imagine different outcomes, a sentence that could have been said differently, a moment that could have gone better. The mind returns to it again and again. From the outside, this may look like intelligent, someone thoughtful, someone careful, someone who pays attention to details. But inside the mind, the experience can be exhausting, because overthinking is rarely about thinking. It is about protection. The mind is trying to stay safe. If you analyze enough, maybe you can avoid mistakes. If you replay conversation, maybe you can prevent embarrassment. If you imagine every possible outcome, maybe you can avoid rejection. So the mind stays alert, always reviewing, always predicting, always preparing. But this habit rarely begins in adulthood. For many people, the pattern started much earlier. Some children grow up in environments where emotions are unpredictable, where a small mistake can change the atmosphere of the room, where the wrong word can create tension. In those environments, the mind learns something important. Pay attention. Notice everything. Think before speaking. Analyze before acting. Thinking becomes a strategy, a way to stay one step ahead, a way to prevent conflict, a way to stay emotionally safe. Over time, the brain becomes very skilled at it, very observant, very analytical. But the environment eventually changes. The person grows. Life becomes different. And yet, the mind continues using the same strategy. It keeps analyzing, replaying, predicting, even when the danger is no longer there. What once protected you may now be exhausting you, because the mind is still trying to control outcomes that cannot be controlled. But awareness changes something important. When you recognize the pattern, the mind begins to loosen its grip, not immediately. Patterns built over years do not disappear overnight, but they become visible. And once a pattern becomes visible, it loses some of its power. You begin to notice when the mind starts replaying the past. You notice when imagination turns into worry. You notice when analysis becomes a loop, and in those moments, something new becomes possible. A pause, a breath, a small distance between you and the pattern. The silent archetype of the overthinker was never trying to harm. It was trying to protect you. The mind always finds a way to protect itself. But sometimes the real question is not why the mind keeps thinking. Sometimes the deeper question is this: what is the mind still trying to protect you from?